today we are going to be making a tier list. We are going to rank every I don't know, maybe I'll leave some characters out. Every at least mildly important character from the first Ace Attorney trilogy. Now, disclaimer, some of these characters are not only in the Phoenix Wright trilogy, but also in the later games, in games 4 to 6, for example, Phoenix right here. What I will be doing with them is that I will judge those characters only based on the first games, only based on these 3 games. And later, when I am done with the Apollo Justice trilogy, I will adjust their positions if need be. So, that out of the way, let's get started. First, the tiers. My tiers are, they're a little specific. They're a little more specific than the typical S to whatever E or F ranked tiers because I am special and I cannot do with just simple letters. I need my tiers to be a bit more descriptive. Starting at the top, we have the ultimate, the absolute ultimate blurbs, the very tippy top of my favorites. Straight up 10 out of 10. Tier number 2, the 8 to 9 out of 10s. Basically, they're just like a tiny step below my top favorites. Tier number 3 is, you're cool. I like you. I like you a lot. 7 out of 10. You know, you are good. Next tier, 6 out of 10, you're fine. And when you're on screen, I'm like, hey, I know you. You're cool. But that's about it. 5 out of 10 is pretty much just average. It's like, yeah, sure. When you appear, I'm like, oh, okay, but like no strong feelings. 3 to 4 out of 10 is kind of like, I don't dislike you, but I don't particularly like you either. Like, I wouldn't really care either way. No thank you is pretty much just what it says, like, I don't like you, and stay away is also self-explanatory. I get the fuck away from me. I feel like these tiers are pretty self-explanatory, but you went through them anyway. Starting with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix, one of my all-time favorite, maybe not just video game protagonists, maybe just one of my all-time favorite protagonists in fiction, even without including the later games, even without 4 to 6. I love Phoenix. Phoenix is such a fascinating character. I've always liked him, but it took me a while. It took me watching basically someone else, like other playthroughs, and experiencing the game again for myself properly to really appreciate Phoenix's character. As a main character, he is so interesting because there's just so much to unpack with this guy, if you know what I mean. As someone who loves analyzing and interpreting a character's like actions and emotions and thoughts, Phoenix is a fucking goldmine. Like, there's always something new to discover. And I have a feeling that after I finish games 4 to 6, he might actually get bumped up a tier. For now, I'll put him in the second one, but he definitely has potential to be like one of my top favorites in the whole series. Now, next, Mia Fey. I like her. She's not one of my favorites, definitely not on Phoenix's level, but I appreciate her character a lot. Maya. Okay, wait, just looking at the first 3 games, I am debating whether do I like her as much as Mia. I'll put Maya in your neat for now. I don't know if I like her as much as Mia, but I like her. She's cool. Next on the list, Miles Edgeworth. Right beside his husband. Same with Phoenix, depending on how the later games go. I know we're gonna see him again in the later games. And Ace Attorney, the investigation games. He also has the potential to just go up here. The CEO of Yaoi. You know what? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Next, Dick Gumshoe. I mean, where am I supposed to put him? Of course he goes up here. Of course. How can you not love him? If Phoenix and Edgeworth are a 9, he'd be like an 8. That man is like the personification of a giant teddy bear. A giant, cuddly teddy bear. A golden retriever. He is indeed boy failure. The Judge. As much trouble as this fucker causes by just being plain dense and kind of stupid and getting ahead of himself a lot, it is kind of endearing. He is just a lovely, silly old man. I'll put him right next to Maya. I like him. He's silly, but the good kind of silly. That That man should have been fired a while ago. Also true. Speaking of silly and of boy failures, this might be a hot take, but no pun intended. I have always been, I am, and will forever be the Larry Butts defender. I love him. Larry is the king of boy failures. This man is peak boy failure. And he does not deserve the hate he gets not only from some of the fan base, he does not deserve the neglect and abuse he receives not only from his, I don't remember how many ex-girlfriends, but also his friends and the writers. Larry deserves so much better. Maybe he is very stupid. Maybe he is a little fucking dense, and maybe him being on the witness stand is ever so slightly infuriating. But it is not his fault that he is dumb, mostly. It is not his fault that he's a little slower than everyone else. I believe that maybe all Larry needs is just someone to be there and appreciate him and care for him and patiently guide him back on the right track. Would I be that person? Probably not, but he deserves it. So he belongs up here. I rest my case. Okay, now we're getting to some of the characters where like, I don't know if I should include you, but I might as well. You know what? Sure, why not? Winston Payne. You know what? I'll put him in I don't dislike him. He's a classic. You gotta have a Payne for every first case. You gotta have tutorial Payne. He's doing, well, he's doing something, maybe his best, and failing, but he's just for being like the tutorial prosecutor, he gets a little bonus. Frank saw it. No thank you. I mean, the only reason I ever so slightly care for you is I guess like you were the very first witness and culprit, so you know what? Mini bonus. Same with fucking Red White. Fuck you. Actually, no, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. April, May, I don't know, here. I don't hate you as much as, or I don't like strongly. Hate is a strong word. I don't really hate any character, I think. It's more just like a strong dislike. I don't dislike you as much as Red White, so I guess you go up here. Okay, you know what? Thinking about it now, some of his dialogue, like his way of speaking is kind of funny. So you know what? He has his funny moments. The bellboy. Nah, I don't really care about you, so it's like, whatever. But do I put him on the same page as Payne? You know what? No, I'll put Payne one higher, and you go up here, because I kinda like Payne ever so slightly. You, I just don't really care about. It's like, if you're here, I'm like, oh, I recognize you, but that's about it. Grossberg. What was his first name again? Marvin? Marvin? Was it Marvin Grossberg? I don't remember. You're cool. You're fine. You talk about your internal issues a little bit too much for my taste, but you know what? You're fine. Will Powers! I like him. Will Powers is just a big, silly, goofy guy. Another big teddy bear. He's a gentle giant. Will Powers is a crazy name. Wait till you hear of his fucking rival, Jack Hammer. Oh dear. Wendy Oldbag. Just for the absolute gems she gives us whenever she's on the screen with Edgeworth, I feel like I have to put her up here. She is a little annoying, but the reactions she manages to draw out of Edgeworth kind of make up for it. This guy, no thank you. What's he called? Fucking salmonella or something. I don't know what they were trying to cook with this guy here, but they burned it. They served burned food. Penny, I don't care too much for her, so I guess she goes here. I don't know, she doesn't really have much of a presence in the first 3 games. I mean, she's only, I think she's only in 1 case in Phoenix Wright, so she doesn't have a big presence. Cody, not gonna lie, Cody was kind of annoying. He was kind of annoying, so he goes in here. He also got a funny reaction out of Edgeworth, that's about it. So I guess he goes up here. Maybe he goes high. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll do it like this. Wait, no, maybe like this. What was her name? Dee Vasquez. I might put her at the top of the tier because I don't care too much for her. I don't particularly dislike her, but I also don't really like her. But she did give us a solid moment of teamwork. She kind of like helped with starting Phoenix and Edgeworth's co-op shenanigans. You know, her case was the first one where these two actually started properly working together. So she gets bonus points for that. Lotta Hart. Lotta's fine. Maybe I'll put her at the top of this one. She can be a little infuriating, but I don't dislike her. Manfred, Vaughn, Karma. No thing. Do I put him in Stay Away? I'll put him at the bottom of this one. Maybe I put you in Stay Away, actually. You know what? That's fine. I put you in Stay Away. Because I cannot think of any redeeming quality about you. Von Karma, at least, even if I don't like him, he is important and, like, he has a presence, you know? Like, you look at this guy and you're like, oh, yeah, this guy is important. Yanni Yogi, no thank you. Whoops, no thank you. Polly, I don't really care about you. Fuck it, I'll put her at the top here. I'll put her at the top, sure, why not? Bird privileges. Emma! Now I have to take care not to let the later games slip in. This is just the first 3 games. And in the first 3 games, she only was present in one case. And in that one case, she was okay. She was fine. She only had one case. She was only introduced in Rise from the Ashes. So, same with Lana. I'll put her here. I do like Lana a bit more than Emma in Rise from the Ashes, simply because, I guess, of her role. So, yeah. Angel Star, honestly, from what I remember, she's kind of cool. She is very pretty, so pretty privileged, you know. What was this guy's name? Marshall, something Marshall. I guess I'll put you two next to each other. You're both okay. I don't dislike you, you're fine. Gant, or Gaunt, Gant, Gaunt, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Damon Gant, Damon Gaunt, whatever. You're kind of funny, so I'll have to give you that. Meekin, sir! You're sweet. He's a sweet guy. So you know what? You get up here. You get up here. You're just a little stupid, but that's fine. We can work on it. Next, Franziska Von Karma. I thought she was hot when I first played S tier. You know what? Based. I like her. I like her a lot. I was kind of neutral on her at first, especially in the second game, but towards the end, she grew on me. You know what? Maybe I don't like her as much as Mia, but this is fine. I like her. Pearl is fine. She's cute. In the first 3 games, she's all right. I might like her a tiny bit more than Maya, just because she gets like she awakens the big sibling in me more so than Maya does. So she gets a little bonus for that. I know her actual name is Pearl, but because Phoenix keeps calling her Pearls, and I think that's just very cute, Pearls just kind of stuck with me. This guy, I don't even want to rank him, honestly. I don't really care about this guy, so I'm gonna put you at the bottom here. There are so many characters in this series. Maggie! Maggie's neat. I like Maggie. Same with this guy. I forgot his name. Like Gray something. Was his name some kind of pun on like Gray or Earl Grey or whatever? Don't really care about him, so down you go. Morgan Fay. Don't like you. Really don't like you. I don't hate you quite yet, but I don't like you. Were you Edney or were you Meanie? I don't remember which one you were, but you're going an eh. You're going an eh. You were a little annoying. Max! Max! I mean, fucking, of course this guy is gonna go fucking down here. I was not pleased seeing him again in Apollo Justice. Not in the slightest. Okay, Max. I do not remember too much of Big Top. I'm gonna be honest. I do not remember too much of that case. I do remember not hating it as much as everyone else apparently does. But then again, like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to genuinely, like, dislike or hate something. So, I guess that's just me. Honestly, Max is okay. He's okay. He gets extra points for just being pink. And I just have a thing for pink characters. So, that's an automatic plus. I do remember him having like a little bit of a weird thing going on with like Regina or something, which I don't fully remember, but also fucking like, he's a fictional character, so who the fuck cares? But like his personality and his design, you know, it's fine. It's cool. I don't remember you. I remember you being kind of annoying, so you go down here. Regina, you were a little infuriating at times, so I don't know. I also don't care too much about you. So I guess you go right below the parrot. Yeah, Max gets queer privilege. Max gets fabulous privilege. Oh, Mo. This might surprise some people, but I think Mo's kind of fun. As a witness, sure, he might be very annoying. But like, as a person, I kind of like him. Outside of the witness stand, he's fine. Was his name Acro? I think it was Acro. You... I don't know, maybe somewhere next to Regina. He might... Although you might not like that, but... I don't know, somewhere here. Actually, maybe above Regina. Another case of like... Oh, okay, you're here. Mr. the Killer. I respect the man. He's somewhere in this range. Do I like him more than Powers? No. Do I like him more than Maggie? Not really. Shelly the Killer. He might be an assassin, but he is an assassin with standards. And I you know what? I can respect that. So he goes here. Mad on Guard. He does have that kind of like pathetic girl failure energy. So you know what? He goes somewhere here. Do I like him more than Pain? Kind of. Do I like him more than Angel? Kind of. Somewhere here is fine. Is anyone gonna be purple? I might look at this towards the end and decide on whether to leave these folks here or actually move them up. So we'll see. We'll see. This tier list, again, will also be edited and updated after I finish games 4 to 6. And eventually the Great Ace Attorney and Investigations, etc. So there's still room. You know, there's still room. Adrian Andrews! I like Adrian. I'll put her in between Powers and Maggie. That sounds fine. Adrian's the name of a villain. Adrian is honestly a pretty name. I don't know, Adrian? I like the name Adrian. Oh, speaking of villain, fuck off. Although, okay, wait. I don't like her. I do not like Dahlia. But I do not hate her as much as I hate these two. These two are just like... They just make me very uncomfortable. Dahlia has something going for her in the way that she is just a straight up bitch, but she does it well. So for that, I might not like her, but I respect her character. Ron Delight. You are kind of cute. Let's get you up here. You are okay. Look at me. I don't really care enough to rank you, so I might just remove you. Even though you did kind of play a bigger part, I just don't care enough to rank you, so... What's her name? Desiree, I think. She's fine. She's fine. I don't dislike her. If I saw her on screen, I'd be like, hey, I know you. You're neat. But that's about it. I care about you more than I care about these folks. So that's that. What's his name again? Something Armstrong. Jean Armstrong? Whatever. You were a little bit annoying. Maybe here. That sounds fine. This guy, I don't know. I don't really care about him. This dude is just a fucking asshole. I don't like Don Tigre. Violetta? Violetta? Was that her name? I kind of like her. Well, maybe not like, but I don't know. There's something about her. She is a little disturbing, but I don't know. She's kind of cute. She's kind of cute. And she was kind of, you know, she was kind of in an unfortunate position, so to speak. So you're fine. You, I don't really care about. Terry Falls. We only got one case with you, and you were kind of a pain. I guess you go here. Oh, the other judge. Judge's brother. Judge number 2. Not nearly as iconic as his brother, so you go right below the parrot. Yes, Iris. Iris is sweet. She's sweet. I'm thinking through that case again. I'm trying to think of whether I like the killer more than I like her, but I think the fact that she only had 1K... Okay, wait, you know what? I realized with the killer, I kind of have to be a bit more strict here because I am sort of mixing up his presence in the first 3 games and investigations. If I was including investigations in this, he would be here. But because he's not, I'll put Iris above him. Including investigations, I would like him more than Iris, but without those 2 games, this is better. We got 3 characters left, and then we're done. Sister Bikini. Meh. Do I like you more than the judge? Sure. Misty, you're fine. Again, another case of I wish we could have gotten more screen time with her. So... Sure, let's put you here. You should have gotten more screen time. And finally, the last one, Mr. Godot. Do I put him up here just so he can be with Mia? I might do that. I'll put him here just so he can be with Mia. And from here on, it'll be Apollo Justice and onward. So, this is it. Now, it is time to maybe swap characters around a little bit. I might have to... Fuck it. I'll bump these two up. If I look at the other two here, they deserve to be at the top, with Gumshoe and Larry following closely behind. Phoenix Wright locked to blue for being a deadbeat. Well, first of all, this doesn't include Apollo Justice onward. This is only the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Second, even with his deadbeat tendencies, it adds to his character. You know what? It adds to the charm. Lovely charm being absent from your daughter's life. Brilliant parenting. Okay, but see, that's the point. It's because he's a fucking disaster. In real life, yeah, he should get shit for it, but it's fiction. So who the fuck cares? As a fictional character, it makes him more interesting. As a character, him being like just a not a good father adds to the complexity of his character. So I love it. Actually, no. You know what? Let me bump Lana and Emma up to here. Let me move you two up. I guess I'll move Penny and you're okay. I'm same with the parrot. I mean, the parrot's done nothing wrong, so... Okay, let's see. I think this is fine. I think this is a fine tier. This was just a short, chilled stream to let off some steam. And that's fine. That is fine.